We're in the gate. And they're off. Muscled is out quickly. Scipio has some early speed. War to Remember along the inside is up to take a narrow lead. So it's War to Remember. Scipio comes to him and Muscled 3 across the course. Tariff is next. Down on the inside comes Parle, moving up to take that 4th spot. Dettori settles in mid-pack, followed by Catch the Breeze inside of Power Play. That pair followed by Lucky Choice, 10 lengths off the leaders. At the back of the field, the 2 trailers are Stargell and Sawtooth Bow is at the back. Onto the back stretch, and it's War to Remember and Juan Hernandez showing the way, tracked by the heavy favorite Scipio second. At the rail, it's Parle racing in the 3rd spot. A length and a half back comes Muscled in 4th. Then it's Tariff in 5th. Frankie and Dettori are 6 lengths off the lead. Racing 2 clear of Catch the Breeze, racing on the inside of Power Play. 2 more back to Lucky Choices, who is followed by Stargell, and still at the back of the field is Sawtooth Bow. Into the far turn, War to Remember the controlling speed, a length and a half. Scipio now getting a little bit closer while in hand second. At the rail, Parle in 3rd. Muscled is still 4th. Dettori takes 5th. Then Catch the Breeze, angle to the outside. Tariff is down at the rail. They are at the top of the stretch. Scipio takes the lead, challenged by Muscled, who's been there throughout, but it's Scipio with a 2-length lead at the 16th pole. In the center, Catch the Breeze is really starting to finish nicely. Scipio, Muscled. Scipio turning away Muscled time and time again, and it will be Scipio to prove best under Flavien Prat. Muscled was second. Catch the Breeze, a rallying 3rd. Dettori was 4th. They're in the gate. And they're off. Rivers Benchmark is going out for the lead. Notch. Doratus has natural foot. Bang and a Boom is up close in the green, moving up to engage the front runners. Then Bruiser and Alibi Terhune. Around the first turn, it's Rivers Benchmark leading the way, has it by 3/4 of a length. Notch in tight down at the rail, backs off a bit, as Bang and a Boom moves up to take second at the 6-furlong pole. 3 more lengths to Doratus, outside Alibi Terhune, and then comes Bruiser. 6 lengths front to back onto the back stretch, and it's Rivers Benchmark, the controlling speed. Leads it by a length past the 5/8 pole, with Bang and a Boom in second. 2 more to Notch in 3rd. Another couple back to Doratus, followed by Alibi Terhune, and then it's Bruiser continuing at the back of the field. Less than a half mile to travel. Rivers Benchmark confronted by Bang and a Boom. And Bang and a Boom puts those green blinkers in front, rounding the far turn. 3 back to Notch in 3rd, followed by Doratus has to pick it up in 4th. Bruiser and Alibi Terhune. 1/4 of a mile to go shortly, and it's Bang and a Boom, 3/4 of a length now to Rivers Benchmark in 2nd. Notch angles out after the top pair 3rd, and then it's Doratus in 4th, 3/16 to go, and Notch is coming after Bang and a Boom. Bang and a Boom, Notch in the center of the racetrack, gradually getting to him, and Notch is up to take the lead inside the 8th pole. At the rail, Bang and a Boom fights on, followed by Doratus getting into 3rd. Belated rally from Bruiser late, but it's Notch in front close to home, and Notch with the upset victory under Jose Rodriguez. Second to Bang and a Boom. Bruiser finished with interest 3rd. Doratus was 4th. And Putt for Dough to the outside. We're in the gate. And they're off. Putt for Dough is very quick. Jewel of a Kid in the center is fastest of them all up to take the lead. Fly a Fantasy up close. Stellar Cap, 1 from the rail. Perfect and Gray, who bobbled ever so slightly out of there, is just a length off the lead. Behind this group comes Miss Pixie Sticks, racing just inside of Putt for Dough, and a gap of 5 to If You Ain't First, You're Last. 3/8 of a mile to run. Jewel of a Kid is the leader by a neck. Stellar Cap second. Fly a Fantasy 3 deep right up and on the pace as the new leader is Stellar Cap coming to the quarter pole, immediately tackled by Fly a Fantasy. Behind them, Jewel of a Kid drops back in third. Putt for Dough is next. They turn for home. Stellar Cap, Fly a Fantasy right up alongside at the 8th pole. These two are fighting it out. On the inside, it's Stellar Cap narrowly. Fly a Fantasy trying to get by. 3 in front of Putt for Dough in third. 16th pole. Stellar Cap a half length. Now it's 3/4, and Stellar Cap just a little too good for Fly a Fantasy, who fired big and just missed. Putt for Dough third. If you ain't first, you're last. Rallied into fourth. Fourth in 24 minutes. And they're off. Fast start for Kawasaki out in the center of the race course. Osage Creek is up close, and here's Stick Shift sprinting up, and Stick Shift is quicker than all as they pass the stands the first time. Kawasaki is now racing in third. Travail at the rail fourth. Resemblance outside of that pair. Fleet Bratado settles in mid-pack. Black as My Heart is down at the rail. Concord Bridge in the yellow, 8 lengths off the lead. 2 clear of Empire's Classic. Spearfish is next, and another 3 back to Supreme Coast. They swing on to the backstretch, and Osage Creek shows the way. Has it by 2 lengths over Stick Shift in second. Then comes Travail, followed by Kawasaki fourth. At the rail, it's Fleet Bratado. Resemblance outside of them, 6 off the lead. 2 clear of Concord Bridge. Black as My Heart at the rail. And Empire's Classic outside of that pair. Spearfish is yet to do his best running toward the back of the field with 10 to make up. And another 3 to Supreme Coast. It's Osage Creek who's been there throughout. Travail came through on the inside to challenge briefly, but is now 2 lengths behind him in second. Then comes Stick Shift racing in between horses. Empire's Classic on the move. And Empire's Classic moving in tandem with Kawasaki at the top of the stretch. They're both coming after Osage Creek. Now Concord Bridge swings into action. One from the outside, brushing with Resemblance. And in behind horses, Spearfish is darting through traffic. Spearfish comes through with a very smart move down at the rail. Here comes Spearfish in the final 16th of a mile after Kawasaki. Spearfish, what a masterful ride from Hector Barrios to get the money on Spearfish. Photo for second between Kawasaki and Empire's Classic. Resemblance was in a battle for fourth in Concord Bridge. In the gate. And they're off. Kanani, Roxy's Bad Boy are the first 2 out of the gate. They're joined on the inside by Uncle Chili. The GM is also in the mix. And Cotton Rosser in between those 2 is now up to be part of the leader with Uncle Chili. So it's Uncle Chili in front. Cotton Rosser will be a half length back in second. Then it's the GM 3 deep in third. They're followed by King of Clubs, who wasn't quick out of the gate, but is only 3 lengths off the pace. Trotsky, Kanani are right next to one another. And widest of all, Roxy's Bad Boy, just 4 lengths front to back, heading into the far turn, where it's Uncle Chili, the boss. Has it by 2 lengths now. Cotton Rosser has to keep up in second. They're joined 3 wide by the GM. And so the GM takes second. The Pipey runners 1-2 at the quarter pole. The favorite King of Clubs is underway on the outside. He's third now with 3 to make up as the field turns for home. The GM wide coming after Uncle Chili. Uncle Chili, the GM, still 3 back to King of Clubs in third. Down at the rail, Trotsky is in fourth inside the 8th pole. The GM and Uncle Chili. The GM puts his head in front. Uncle Chili is battling gamely along the inside, won't go away. The GM, Uncle Chili, the GM a little too good. And the GM wins it by almost a length. Uncle Chili second, King of Clubs third. Tight photo fourth between Kanani and Trotsky. Park. Great man. There they go. Motorius bobbled a bit out of the gate. Gaslight Dancer and Central Dispatcher going quickly. Here's Code Duello, though, and he's much quicker. And Code Duello now sprints up. Central Dispatch will keep him company. Just a neck away second. And Air Force Red gets a dream trip in third. Motorius settles in fourth. Followed by Sumter fifth, 5 lengths off the lead. Then Gaslight Dancer, Unconquerable Keen is second to last. And stretch running Irideo is at the back of the field. Down the hill, chasing Code Duello, who leads it by 2 lengths. Central Dispatch in second, and Air Force Red tucked in along the inside third. Motorius is fourth, 4 lengths off the lead, followed by Sumter inside Gaslight Dancer. At the back of the field, Unconquerable Keen and Irideo moving through along the inside. They passed the quarter pole and turned for home. Code Duello still there, a length and a half. Central Dispatch set down in second. Here's Sumter running a big race, and Motorius and Sumter, these two come for the wire together. Sumter got the jump on Motorius, and he's almost a length in front. Motorius trying to get him on the money. Sumter or Motorius. Here's the line. Motorius got up to win the Joe Hernandez. Sumter was lights out in defeat. Behind them, Irideo finished third. Gaslight Dancer was fourth. Race 7 is next. Scratch number 4, Gypsy Tears. The late pick 4 starts in 22 minutes. We're in the gate. And they're off. Bartoldi, as usual, breaks quickly. Book Smart going with him in the early going. These two hook up, and Momad is just off them, 3 off the leaders in third. Then comes Zeus's War on the outside of Tessuto. Book Smart will be the target down the backstretch. Heads past the 4.5 furlong point with a 2-length lead. Tracked intently by Bartoldi in second. Now 4 back to Momad, joined and passed at the rail by Tessuto. And outside of them, Zeus's War. They're heading toward the 3 furlong pole, and it is Book Smart at the rail, getting pressed hard now by Bartoldi, and Bartoldi takes the lead away from him pretty easily. 3 lengths back to Tessuto in third. Momad under pressure fourth, has a lot of work to do at this stage. Zeus's War outside of him. Quarter of a mile to go, and Bartoldi sails for the wire. Opens up 3 now on Book Smart in second. It's Bartoldi with a 3-length lead. Tessuto is coming after him. On the outside, Zeus's War in third. Coming to the 16th pole. Bartoldi still in front by 3. Tessuto trying so hard, but Bartoldi is too sharp. And it's Bartoldi, another good W under Tyler Bays, to win it by 2.5. Tessuto was second. Zeus's War third in front of Momet. They're in the gate, and they're off in the Blue Norther. Very even beginning. Sea Runner, one of the first away, joined by Don't Tell Tamo. Here's Resolve on the outside, up and on the pace too, along with Super Speed. Casalou is next. Shield Fleet is down on the inside toward the back of the field. The 2 trailers, Tigerish and C'est La Vie Charlie, is at the back. 7 lengths covers them as Resolve kicks on to lead it by 3 lengths. Don't Tell Tamo in second, and Sea Runner is just outside of her in third. Casalou is fourth, 5 lengths off the lead. Shield Fleet is down on the inside with Super Speed between rivals, Tigerish and C'est La Vie Charlie. Down the back stretch, Resolve left alone while sprinting clear. In front by 3.5 lengths. Sea Runner second, Don't Tell Tamo. Casalou is in fourth past the half-mile pole. Then it's Super Speed racing right together with Shield Fleet. The 2 trailers, Tigerish and C'est La Vie Charlie. Into the far turn, it's still Resolve, got a bit of a breather and goes on, leads it by 2. Casalou is now cutting into the margin, second, Sea Runner in third. Here's Super Speed Speed getting underway in the white colors, fourth, now taking third with a quarter of a mile to go. The leader is still Resolve. Casalou poised alongside. These two come past the eighth pole together. 2 lengths behind them comes Super Speed. Shield Fleet is looking for a seam between horses and coming after the new leader, Casalou. Casalou a length and a half. Super Speed and Shield Fleet are battling for second. It's Casalou. Another stakes win for Kazushi Kimura, winning the Blue Norther. Photo for second. Shield Fleet outlasted Super Speed. Tigerish rallied for fourth. Board. Up next, race 9, scratch number 1, Expect Love. We're in the gate. And they're off. Buds and Suds is vying for the early lead with So Flashy, who's a little bit quicker. Here's Queen of Jazz with good debut early foot, and Warren's Fifi will battle with her. Those two now head and head. Busy Making Money is fifth behind this group, followed by Ryan's Girl with 3 to make up past the half-mile pole. Lucky Nea is next, racing 3 clear of Daddy Gave It To Me, and the distant trailer is Bling It. They have 3/8 of a mile to go. Warren's Fifi in between horses. On the outside, Buds and Suds and Queen of Jazz at the rail, joined 4 deep by Ryan's Girl. Ryan's Girl making a bold move now and up to take the lead with a quarter of a mile to go. Behind them, Busy Making Money is trying to launch a bit, angling to the outside. They're at the top of the stretch, and it's Ryan's Girl with a spurt in front by 3 lengths. Suddenly to Busy Making Money outside Buds and Suds, and then comes Warren's Fifi, 16th pole. Ryan's Girl and Diego Herrera home free. Ryan's Girl, an easy win. Photo for second goes to Busy Making Money on the outside of Buds and Suds. Then a photo between Lucky Naya and Daddy Gave It To Me. Goes in. We're in the gate, and they're off. British Isles began very sweetly in the center of the course. Stamp My Passport is up close in the early going, as is Phosphorescence. Those 3 line up. Paxawallop is just off the pace, racing in fourth, about 3 lengths off the leaders with a lap to travel. Then comes Hurricane Cloud. El Rey Rey is 4 lengths off the lead. C Singer is next on the inside of Grogu. Lottery Pick makes it over to the rail, 2 in front of Rim Protector, and Cool Wind is at the back of the field. 15 lengths covers them, and the leader is Stamp My Passport. Narrowly over Phosphorescence in second. Paxawallop moves into third. Then comes Hurricane Cloud in fourth, and British Isles has settled down, now takes that fourth spot, 3 lengths off the lead, under a nice hold at this stage. Then comes El Rey Rey, who's down on the inside. C Singer is just in front of him, as is Grogu now. Behind them comes Lottery Pick, settled 8 lengths off the lead with the line cap, 2 in front of Rim Protector, and Cool Wind trails. Less than a half mile to go. Stamp My Passport, Paxawallop are 1-2. Phosphorescence at the rail third. British Isles is in fourth. Grogu is on the extreme outside. British Isles now takes third. Grogu moves into fourth. Phosphorescence back to fifth. Hurricane Cloud. C Singer is next. From the back of the field, Lottery Pick is starting to unwind, picking up momentum while caught very wide there at the top of the stretch. Stamp My Passport. Paxawallop a length back second. In the center of the race course, here's Hurricane Cloud coming alive with a dangerous bid. British Isles just inside of him, and also C Singer picking it up nicely. C Singer's coming fastest of all, has to get to Paxawallop. Here's the line. C Singer perfectly timed by who else? Flavian Pratt to get the money. Pax a Wallop is in a blanket photo among British Isles, Hurricane Cloud, and El Rey Rey.
It is a beautiful day in Arcadia, California, everybody, and we're so happy that you decided to join us. We've got an excellent 9-race card that should be fun, exciting, and hopefully profitable. And the person who's going to try and make it profitable for it is sitting next to me. His name, he's a very esteemed and well-respected morning clocker. He's been doing this for over 3 decades. His name, Toby Turrell. Toby, happy Sunday. Welcome to the seminar.
Dittos, Tom.
It's great to see you. Almost Happy New Year. The horse's birthday is around the corner on Wednesday. We'll be racing that day with a noon post as well. But first things first, what was the activity like this morning? Was it a busy morning out on the track?
Thankfully, very, very busy. 210 workers today, and I was shocked because we have a 4-day week. So today was a big barometer. I watched the numbers very closely day in and day out. Today was a big barometer. We passed that with flying colors. I'm thrilled with that. And there's a lot of smiling faces around here, especially after the first few days.
Now, the 210 horses probably include maybe some shippers from barns like the Jonathan Thomas barn or Dickie Dutcher. What about the Northern California horses? Have any of them shipped down, or are they still training up at Pleasanton, as far as you can tell?
Well, the couple that have shipped down so far have kind of shipped into other established barns that are already here. I've kind of noticed that right now. Nobody is, no new fresh face has arrived yet.
And what about any horses of note that maybe aren't running today, but we can look for down the road, maybe from some big barns or obscure barns, just a horse or two that caught your eye this morning?
Well, 2 categories there. Number one, the stars and potential stars. The star Citizen Bull for Bob Baffert, right on the money right now. Just looks tremendous since the big championship win. He's got a horse called Varney that has a lot of talent.
First-time starter, I assume.
Never run. He's by Vekoma. He had a little setback. He has just come back. We'll be watching him closely. And, of course, Eagle's Flight is, I believe, ready to rock. I had 58-4 on him yesterday. And
Eagle's Flight from the John Sadler barn?
Yeah, that's your flight line connections all the way around there. Today, we'll keep this one real quiet.
No one's watching. Don't worry about it.
Nobody's watching. Dr. Reuben M.
From the Doug O'Neill barn.
Little barn from the Little O'Neill barn. This horse shipped to, I believe, was Remington for his last start. He was training lights out. He did not handle that track. He came back today with Maldonado in the saddle, and I was just beaming, waiting to bet more money than I bet on him last time.
What about the training track, Toby? I had Andy Harrington, one of your colleagues, on the seminar yesterday, and he talked about how quick the training track has been the last couple of weeks. Now, we've had no rain, so that might explain it, but have you seen the same sort of phenomenon? And does it kind of make your job more difficult evaluating the performances over the training track?
Well, there is no question. It's, you know, I clocked the Keeneland synthetic track about 8 years ago. That was lightning fast. And this track here is 10 times the track that Keeneland had when they had their track. This track is absolutely tremendous, and it's faster than any track you're going to see. But in my estimation, it's 100 times safer. We have not had one horse break down during a workout since this track was installed. The storyline here is too long for today, but I'll just tell you this. The investment we made in this track is second to none, and there's been a lot of nice investments made to this facility.
You've been a big proponent of the training track, and you're right. Sometimes quick times mean that there might be some potential consequences, but that's not the case here. It's glib, but yet it's very safe.
It's the horses just pop over it with the right rhythm, the right mechanics, and the right effort. And it's, you know, as you said, I've been a proponent ever since I've been watching the tracks come around. And my opinion just keeps going up as far as what I've seen with this track that we have here.
There's been a lot of good performances in the first 3 days of the meet, but maybe the most breathtaking one, and it really wasn't an exhilarating effort because the horse didn't have to try, but that's because he's got so much class, is Johannes, winning for the Timyak Teen Barn, ridden expertly by Umberto Rispoli. What did you think of Johannes going into the race, and what did you think of his performance?
Well, going into the race, he was the star that he has become. I mean, he not only worked great, but he showed up every workout and did it over and over again, which you don't see horses do at that level too often. He has not missed a beat, this horse, for all year, which is remarkable in itself. It's another testament, by the way. I'm not getting off of this pedestal for turf racing. It's just I can only dream of what our field sizes here would be if we had this track. We'll save it for another day, but I get chills actually just watching these horses train over it in the morning. Johannes is a poster child of everything I believe in.
And pretty much one of the other reasons why we might have such a good safety record up to this point is in years past, the Del Mar surfaces and the San Ida surfaces definitely didn't mirror each other. And we've made an attempt as an industry to try and make them almost identical. Have you seen, or do you think that's one of the reasons why we have such a good safety record at both tracks?
Well, you can only do so much because Del Mar in the fall meet, the second meet, that track is way different than it is in the summertime. And that's because of the sunshine. And we have the same situation here where we have the wintertime versus October, which is one of our hottest months. So that is the number one factor that affects every racetrack. Anywhere I've watched and studied them all very closely. And the environment is the key factor to any surface, including the one that I'm raving about. But I'll tell you this, remarkably enough, I don't believe we ever watered this racetrack, even during all the heat we had a couple of months back. And to me, it's just remarkable what I've seen it do.
Toby Turrell is our key factor in trying to find winners today. We're going to find out who he likes on today's 9-race card. But before we do any of that, let's toss the microphone over to track announcer Frank Miramati and get the early changes on today's Sunday's card here at the Great Race Place.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Santa Anita Park, the great race place where the track is fast and the turf is firm. Rail on the turf today at 20 feet. Here are the early changes. First race starts the early pick 5 with a 14% takeout. No scratches or jockey changes. In the second race, early pick 4 begins. No changes. Race 3, scratch 5, BIG. Scratch 10, Buck or 2. Note that number 11, Simplexity, does draw into the race. Race 4 starts the $2 pick 6. Number 6, Jazz Spot, 1 pound over. Fifth race, beginning of the late pick 5, as well as the $3 all-turf pick 3. There are no changes. Sixth race kicks off the late pick 4. No changes. In the seventh, the Eddie Logan Stakes, just that blinker note. Pick 3 starts with the 7th. That's a $3 wager. Eighth race is the start of the late double with a 15% takeout. It's a $5 bet. No scratches or jockey changes. And in the ninth, take out the also eligibles, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Super high 5 wagering offered 1 race a day now. It's a $1 wager in the finale. Enjoy the conclusion of opening week here at Santa Anita Park. Keep in mind, we do have a special New Year's Day program. We will run on New Year's Day. And on Saturdays and Sundays, we have the Coast to Coast Pick 5. Dollar Day coming up on Wednesday, another Dollar Day later in the month. Special Monday racing on January 20th. Dollar beers and sodas, $2 hot dogs. Post time for our first race today is in 58 minutes at 12 noon. Let's go back to Quigley's Corner. His special guest today, the highly respected clocker, Toby Turrell, You can find his work every day on CaseTheRace.com.
Welcome back. We're talking horse with Toby Turrell. As you heard the salesman Frank Miramati just say, you can find Toby's work on a daily basis at CaseTheRace.com. If you go there, you will find a product called the Winner's Card, which is a one-page summary of who he likes on every day's card, as well as noted workouts. Also, it's available for $5 every day at CaseTheRace.com. You'll become a better handicapper if you get Toby's sheet. It's called the Winner's Card. All right, Toby, we've got 9 races to get through, so let's kick things off in race number 1, which begins the popular 50-cent early pick 5. We're sprinting on the turf course. The rails today are 20 feet. Race 1 is a maiden special weight event for fillies and mares. We've got a field of 7. Maury Line favorite, the first-time starter from the Bob Baffert bar, number 1, Way Too Crazy at 8-5, currently 2-1 on the board. However, before we get your thoughts on the race, let's watch a workout that you wanted to show. It's for number 7, Spanish Cara, who's adding the blinkers today. This is on the synthetic surface training track that you were talking about back on December 6th. Why did you want to show this work?
Well, you mentioned the blinkers. They go on today. The biggest setback this horse has had locally is the fact he's been ranked. She has. And she is not ranked in this workout at all. As you can see, the rider is just simply holding on to that tight rein, which means she wants that bit. And she could not be any more relaxed in this workout. And look at how fluid she is. She was not this fluid when she showed up on the local scene here in Southern California. Can't get a smoother, more pretty breeze than this breeze right here in front of us.
She's the current co-favorite on the board at 2-1 off a morning line of 9-2. Is she your top choice in race number 1?
She is. And the big key factor here is the fact she's cutting back in distance, which I always had her pegged as a sprinter. And today she gets to sprint, so I'm hoping today's the day. The second choice is number 6, Tahiti Edie, who ran a very nice race when testing the turf at Del Mar last time out. Very slow start. Had to wait for room along the rail and finished up strongly too late. Now today she gets a whole extra furlong. Galloped out well, so you got a pretty good value here on number 6, Tahiti Edie.
Let's turn the page, Toby. Take a look at race number 2. Begins the 50-cent early pick 4. This time we're sprinting on the main track, 6 furlongs the distance. It's for Calbred 2-year-olds, allowance optional claiming types, a field of 5. Entered number 5, Style Cat on the bottom is the heavy 3-5 Maury Line favorite. Thumbs up or thumbs down on the favorite in race 2, Toby?
Triple thumbs up. And actually, this gelding last 2 starts back on the dirt was actually a big race. And going back to the dirt today, he ought to just lay all over this field. I'm a bad boy who ran 3rd in the race, ran a huge race in the stake at Los Alamitos. So the form line is good there on his last win. I think he lays all over this field. One Smoking Dude, the second choice, came to hand last time out at Los Alamitos against a much softer field. We'll see if that sharp form can carry him up there. Number 2, the second choice.
We've got a good field of 9 in race number 3. That's because there are 2 scratches. Scratch the 5, BIG, as well as number 10. Bucker 2, number 11, Simplexity on the also eligible list, does draw in and will compete. The Maury Line favorite more down toward the inside. 5th Street from the Doug O'Neill barn, who's 5-2. This race is 6.5 on the flat turf course for $25,000 claimers, non-winners of 2 races lifetime. Give us your thoughts on race 3, Toby.
Well, number 3, Neshoba's Joy for Carla Gaines here. J.J. Hernandez rode this gelding 2 starts back, and that was a very eye-catching effort. This horse was flying at the end of that race, full of run, and just missed second. This distance might just be what he wants. He seems to have a big middle race move and then flattens a little bit sometimes in more distance races. Dropping today, I think, into a beautiful spot for action. Number 3, Neshoba's Joy. Number 2, 5th Street, has really improved of late. Gets claimed by Doug O'Neill, who, by the way, wheeled this horse back in a week. That's not even the key. Look at who won the race. Bartholdi just beat Allowance horses here yesterday, so he'll be the second choice, number 2, 5th straight.
Toby, a couple questions for you and a couple of layoff runners who are coming back today in race number 3, specifically number 7, Naismith. Have you seen Naismith in the morning, and what do you think of his workouts?
Yeah, Naismith has shown a lot of speed, but he's off this big layoff. I really believe he's going to need a race. I just haven't seen him like turn the corner to where I say he's race ready, or more importantly, ready to win off the bench.
And Smooth Salute, drawn right outside of him, is actually a full brother to Smooth Like Straight, who's a very talented runner from the Michael McCarthy barn. Last time in late July at Del Mar, got knocked into the rail and was eased. Now comes back off that July layoff. Have you seen any works for him?
I have, and his works are steady. He, to me, looks like a router, and I think that's when I'll be looking at him closer.
Race number 4 begins the $2 pick 6, and it kicks things off going 6 furlongs on the main track for Maiden claimers. $20,000 of the claiming tag. 2 first-time geldings, number 3 Crone Zone, as well as the number 9 Bruckner, who is the 2-1 morning line favorite. Toby, I wanted to show a replay here, and it was really more for educational purposes more than anything else. I want to divert your attention to the past performances for number 5, Factory Drive, specifically his debut performance on April 26th right here at San Anita. He ran in a maiden special weight race, and it looks like he really didn't put forth any sort of effort. He actually lost to a Bob Baffert first-time starter by the name of Parenting, who came back to win the Affirm Stakes. So we know that this field was loaded with ability. Then in his second career start, he actually went 2 turns and was very disappointing. Now he's in for $20,000. But what I want you to watch when we watch this replay of his debut performance on April 26th is just how much more impressive he is in the actual running of the race as opposed to what it looks like in the running lights. He's going to break from post position number 2, and he's going to be wearing orange silks under Tyler Bays. So let's take a look at Factory Drive. He's going to be off the screen early down the backside, and we're going to watch the gallop out, and you'll see why I want to show this, because the importance of watching race replays as a handicapper is definitely exemplified in this specific example. Let's listen to Frank Miramaya describe the action and watch number 2, Factory Drive, back on April 26th.
And they're off. Even start. Fame is the quickest out of the gate. Here's Corso's Pick coming through along the inside to vie for command. Legitify is in the mix too, and it's a pretty big scramble for early supremacy, including Broadway Unions on the far outside. Down the back stretch, and there are 4 across the track now. The orange cap of Prosper is up to take the lead. Fight with Honor moves up on the outside, and Parenting down at the rail. Parenting now goes on with it without being asked to do so. Behind them, Corso's Pick is losing some ground now. In behind them, we have Santa Reina under aggressive handling, 4 lengths off the lead. It's another 3 to Fame, who races on the outside of Legitify. A couple of more lengths back to Middleburg as they straighten up for home. And the lead belongs to Parenting, who hugs the rail and goes on. Prosper 2 back in second. Santa Reina, Fame on the outside of Fight with Honor. Factory Drive picking up some late pieces down at the rail, but it's all Parenting, the son of Justify, speedy and sharp.
Let's face it, Toby, nobody was going to be Parenting on this specific afternoon, but as we watch the gallop out, here comes our friend Factory Drive with the orange silks right up the rail, full of run, and actually, as we continue to watch the gallop out, is going to catch up to Parenting and pass them. Now, naturally, Tyler Bays was asking him for a lot of run coming down the lane, but for the horse to do this in his debut with this spectacular of a gallop out tells me that he's got some ability. Now he's in for $20,000. The owner is the breeder of the horse. He's a Utah bred, sired by a California stallion. I'm just saying, at 10 to 1, I think he might be worth a little bit of a play today. I know you like other runners in this field, but nevertheless, watching replays can really help you focus in on a potential long shot.
Oh, no question. The other thing is that was a field where there were a few horses behind him that actually wound up breaking their maiden and becoming winners. So that's also pivotal. We passed all those horses. Very interesting angle here. Obviously, one thing I remember is this horse took a lot of money when last seen back on June 15th against straight maidens in a big straight maiden field. They're indispensable. Running third says it all there. That horse was very highly rated. So you're onto something here, no question. I'll certainly be watching very closely.
But you're going against me with Bruckner, the first-time gelding. Tell us why.
Well, this horse should be on a daylight lead. I don't see anybody with the speed that he has, anywhere close to the speed he has. And in fact, I adjust the fractions of the race and for ground loss and loss of energy when horses are fighting in rank, etc. This guy's, to me, he's going to be on a daylight lead. If he gets late, he gets late. He was entered to run yesterday and scratched for today's spot. And I have a lot of respect for this barn. Very sharp barn, low profile barn. So I'm hoping wire to wire, hoping it's that easy for the 9 Bruckner. Audible Silence has a much improved workout over the racetrack and does have a little bit of back form that could put him in the fight if things fall his way. So 9-1 in race 4.
Good competitive race to kick off the $2 pick 6. Let's look at another good and competitive race. That would be race number 5, which begins the 50-cent late pick 5, as well as the $3 all turf pick 3 with a reduced 15% takeout. And we kick off both wagers in race 5, sprinting 6 furlongs in the turf course for fillies and mares. Allowance optical claiming types, non-winners of 1 other than. Good field of 10. Number 2, Queen Maxima is the 2-1 Maury Lane favorite. As a matter of fact, Queen Maxima exits this race replay we're about to watch because 3 runners in this field exit the same race back on November 24th. That would be Queen Maxima, Soho, and also Report. The runner I want you to watch in this replay is going to be breaking from post position number 2, and that would be Soho. We're actually also going to look at a workout for Soho after the replay, but nevertheless, let's focus our attention on number 2, Soho, in this replay back on November 24th at Del Mar, and listen to track announcer Larry Colmus describe the action.
They're off. Diamond Bar Girl was slow to get going. Becky's Dream started very well. To her outside, it's Mysticism and Dancing Soul down toward the rail. So it's these 2 that now take over. Report is next, and then Queen Maxima, followed by Soho, Party on Girl, Ragtime Rose to the outside, and then Diamond Bar Girl and the trailer Odessia as the field races for the far turn. It is Dancing Soul and Kyle Frey out there in front, 3/4 of a length. Mysticism pressing the pace on the outside. Second, Report right behind them in third. Queen Maxima goes up on the outside now to battle for third, just 2 lengths off the lead. Then Soho inside of Party on Girl, and they're into the stretch. Mysticism has taken the lead, but here on the outside comes Queen Maxima, who draws up alongside, and outside of her, Party on Girl gets going too. Party on Girl and Queen Maxima, these 2 sprint away from the others. Ragtime Rose third, coming to the wire. Party on Girl, Queen Maxima. Oh!
Toby, that was a tough beat for Queen Maxima. She wins most of those races. She just missed by a nose. But Soho, if you're watching the replay, and I know you were, had all sorts of trouble, and the jockey really never tried coming down the lane after encountering that trouble. She's a trouble-prone filly, being a daughter of City of Light. But I know that you like both of those fillies in this race.
Well, she is an interesting study, Soho, because she had some unbelievable workouts at Del Mar where she was working in 33 and change. She might have had the fastest 3/8 all meet, just tremendous speed. Now,
this workout is December 14th, since the race.
Correct. And look at what we're doing with this horse. Everything under the sun to try to slow her down, because she showed just warped speed at Del Mar all summer long in the morning. So now it's all about trying to get her to finish and harness the speed. They tried to do it in the race. She ran out of running room and had to take up cold. Now she's outside, and now you can see that she will be very relaxed coming home under the tight hands there. I believe that's Juan Leyva in the saddle. And it was mission accomplished. We got the relaxation. We got the easy finish. We got the nice little gallop out here. Look, it's still trying to take the bit. That's very key to a happy horse. So we'll see. It's up to Umberto Rispoli now to negotiate the winning trip. I mean, you made a good point. The 2-horse wins. That filly that beat this runner last time out was a really nice horse for Phil D'Amato. So take nothing away from the favorite here. But going to be a tough trip for that horse as well. So nice betting race here. Rascality. I could have shown Rascality's works just as easily as Soho. They are tremendous. She is coming back beautifully for Richard Mandela off the layoff here, owned by my good friend Pete Perella of Legacy Ranch fame, and I wouldn't be shocked at all. If she comes back running, they're going to have a hard time beating her. 10-8 in race 5.
And Toby, number 8, Rascality. All you got to do is look at the past performances. And when's the last time you saw trainer Richard Mandela with 4 consecutive bullet workouts off the layoff? Now, we talked about how quick the training track, the synthetic track is, but nevertheless, it looks like Mandela is really trying to get her keyed up for this race. It's very unusual for a patient Hall of Fame trainer, in my opinion, to show a workout tab like this.
Well, and I'd love to show some of these workouts just to see that the effort that she is extending is minimal. And that's the key to everything right there. The last workout is one for the books. You've never seen a harder hold and an easier gallop in your life. So, and a legitimate breeze would be an understatement.
Race number 6 begins the 50-cent late pick 4. It's for 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming Calbred in for a $50,000 tag. Number 7, Pratchett, is the 8-5 morning line favorite for trainer Mike Pipe. You had a nice win yesterday with the GM. 8 ways you can go here, Toby. Which way are you going and why?
Well, I'm going right there to the 7-horse Pratchett. The race last time out, any repeat of that race will win today's race. You're just hoping for no bounce at this point. The workouts to me are solid since that runner-up effort. And the number 6 horse is the horse to beat. We could have shown the tape on this horse for a trouble line because this horse had a slow start and probably lost about 10 lengths if you do all the math. So put that into the running line there on October 20th, and you have yourself also a winning figure for the race. J.J. Hernandez riding the gelding back. To me, it's a 2-horse race, 7 and 6.
Toby, race number 7 begins the $3 late pick 3 with a reduced 15% takeout. And it's our feature race on today's card. It's the Eddie Logan Stakes for 2-year-olds going 1 mile on the turf. Of course, we've got a field of 8. Before we do any handicapping, let's talk about the legend Eddie Logan. I know that you've been around here long enough to know Mr. Logan. Those people who are watching around the country might not know who Eddie Logan is. Why don't you tell us what he did for over 8 decades here at Santa Anita and what type of inspiration he was for you?
Well, he was the shoeshine man right next to the racing office. You got to just admire and love people that love people. He was one of those guys. He didn't know me from Adam, but he never missed me. Every time I came by, he had something to say, and it was always something sprinkled with a little sunshine. So well-deserved race in his honor here today.
And we've named our VIP player suite in honor of Eddie Logan as well. He passed away, I believe, at the age of 99 after working here since the age of, I believe, 16. So certainly a legend that whose memory carries on here. Typically, his family is part of the Winner Circle presentation. Hopefully, they'll be able to make it today. Let's see if we can get a winner for the Eddie Logan Stakes here. Toby, who you like in this race and why? But before I actually ask you that question, you wanted to show a workout for the morning line favorite, number 6 from the Jeff Mullins barn. This was back on December 22nd. It was a training track team workout. Why'd you want to show this workout? We're specifically focused on the runner in the red cap in the back.
Well, the main reason will come at the end. Number 1, 59-1 is your final time. I actually had 58.70 on this work. The Phil D'Amato runners in front of him are not only targets, but as you'll see as they come down the lane, they're going to be blockers. This horse has no room here to go through. Now, the rider could have swung this horse out around and blown by him. He elected not to do so, and very wisely so. He's saving some for this race today, and he just tucked this horse in here beautifully in a very quick, nice final quarter and fast final time. It shows me that he is ready to go. And he's a genuine racehorse. He was bought by a good friend of mine, Mike Pender, who is making his way into the bloodstock arena now, and he loves this horse. And I've become a fan of the horse. You got to win me over out here. I've been out here too long, and this horse has won me over. He did it with this workout and a few other things since his initial win in his first start. So Flavien Prat is going this way, and can't say enough about that angle alone. Number 1, Sabretooth, remarkably, is still a maiden. He's going to once again try his hand in a stake race. I know the talent is here on this horse. He showed that in a common stake race that these 2 horses ran in at Del Mar, where he had a big turn of foot and ran a winning race in the stake race. Only got beat ahead there. You can see that's the day Artislas got disqualified. Scipio, the horse that ran third, just broke his maiden yesterday with style for Richard Baltus. So he's my second choice, 6-1 in race 7.
Toby, as a handicapper, you disregard Michael McCarthy runners at your own peril. His barn has been red hot lately. He brings in the import Precision from Great Britain. Now, there's only one slow work on December 22nd over the main track. Did you happen to either see the work or the horse maybe just galloping in the mornings?
Saw the work. It's inconclusive. Nothing wrong with it, but it's not going to tell us anything at all, especially since it was over the dirt and just a little half mile. Very interesting X factor. Obviously, he could be really, really good, or hopefully going to need this race today. Race
number 8 is 6 furlongs in the main track for $20,000 claimers, non-winners of 3 races lifetime. It also commences the $5 late daily double, also with a reduced 15% takeout. We've got a field of 8. Number 4, Duty First off the layoff for owner-trainer Steve Knapp, is the 9-5 morning line favorite. Give us your thoughts on race 8, Toby.
Well, I like this horse quite a bit here today. I think he's done enough priming in the morning to be ready to fire off the bench here. And his back races are you only need to go really back to the last race as far as the numbers and the figures go. The race before that was even better, where he aired at Los Alamitos. But the key here to me is just the physicality of the way he looks in the morning. He's got a beautiful, nice color to his coat. He galloped out very healthy in his last blowout here over the racetrack. Pereira has taken the time to get on him several times. I like him coming back here today. At number 2, Stay on the Fence. Your second choice on the morning line will be my second choice, and it's that's the 2, Stay on the Fence.
Toby, 2 races back for number 5, Carol's Comic. Kurt Hoover and I did a seminar down at Del Mar where he gave out Carol's Comic to win the race at odds of 54-1, adding blinkers for the very first time in his career. I should say re-adding blinkers. His last race here in October at San Anita was disappointing. Have you seen him work at all in the morning since that most recent effort in October?
Yeah, and you can see that the workout tab is very, very light. And he works in the dark, but he's just the workouts have been very unserious, showing me no indication that the horse is cranked up by any means coming in.
We close out the day and we close out the week in race number 9, which offers $1 super high 5 wagering. 6 furlongs in the turf course for maiden special weight Calbred 2-year-old fillies. Scratch all 4 also eligibles. 11, 12, 13, and 14 will not compete. Still leaves us with an excellent field of 10. Number 3, We the Hobby from the Peter Miller Barn, is the lukewarm 7-2 morning line favorite, indicating perhaps that this is an open race. Give us a winner to close it out, Toby.
Well, I'm going with a Price and Doug O'Neill and J.J. Hernandez. So just with that trifecta alone, you could do a lot worse. Wide open race, good race to take a shot in. My angle here is when this filly stepped on that synthetic track, she was a different horse, full of run down the lane, and that I'm sure is why she is on the turf here today. That is the angle for the improvement. Now, this is a filly that showed a ton of speed before she ever ran. I think that you're going to see a lot more pace and speed from her today. Hopefully put her in that winning position. Take another care. The 2-horse, take another card, is my second choice. And had an interesting gate workout with Dettori in the saddle. It was a little half mile. It was on the dirt. So the question is, will that translate to the turf today? And if it doesn't, write this horse's name down, because I do believe you'll see take another card in the winner's circle here before this meet ends.
Toby, 2 other first-time starters in this race are getting a little love from our morning line odds maker, Jeff Siegel. Let's first start with Big Whoosh, who's 6-1 on the morning line, first-time starter from the Leonard Powell barn. Leonard typically doesn't fire first time out, but have you seen this daughter of Mr. Big work in the morning, and what do you think?
Yeah, well, she is probably a turf horse. She's a very light-made filly. She wears a martingale because she's really light-made. And to me, she kind of looks like a router. She's got a lot of leg to her, lighter, leggier type. So that's why I didn't pick her today.
And Sassafran, number 9, is 5-1 on the morning line. Looking at her workout line, she had an interruption in her training pattern from August 17th at Del Mar all the way until November 4th back at Del Mar again. But she's been working on the training track, at least in her most recent workout. Have you seen her work at all in the morning?
Yeah, in fact, what you mentioned a very key point there, and she's got that huge gap in the training. To me, I call it playing catch up, which means that I'm hoping she needs the race here today, and that is why I didn't pick her to win the race today.
8 and 2 to close it out for Toby in race number 9. Toby, thanks so much for your time and insight. As I mentioned earlier when we came back on air, you can find Toby's work each and every racing day at cacetherace.com. Click on that, spend $5. You'll get Toby's selections for each and every race, as well as key workout information as well. Toby, thanks so much for the time and energy and input. We'll do it again sometime soon.
You got it.
Thanks to all of you for watching as well. 2 things to remember. The first thing is we've got another dollar coast to coast pick 5 today. Did you see the payout yesterday? Paid in excess of $4,000. We're off the turf at Gulfstream Park today, so take note of that special piece of information. But it's a $1 minimum, low 15% takeout. We kick things off in today's coast to coast pick 5 in Gulfstream Park, race number 7. Post time will be 12:18 Pacific time. That'll do it for this week, everybody. Keep in mind, as Frank mentioned, we're racing on New Year's Day. 9 races beginning at 12 noon. Until then, have a great afternoon, have fun, and good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Santa Anita Park, the Great Race Place. Track is fast, turf firm, rail on the turf at 20 feet. The track conditions are brought to you by John Deere. In the first, a couple of blinker notes. Started the early pick 5. Second race kicks off the early pick 4. No changes. In the third, scratch 5, BIG. Scratch 10, Buck or 2. Number 11, Simplexity, will run. In the fourth, number 6, Jazz Spot, £1 over. The $2 pick 6 starts with the fourth. In the fifth race, All Turf pick 3, $3